Alright guys, Funnyimps here. We're going over a little bit of multi-tool hunting, if you will. Um, there have been a few multi-tools found recently and a lot of chat on the Amino app about how to find different multi-tools, and going to sites such as this to find one. Um, Maybe you've gone to the Hallelujah planet, which is famous for having a S-class experimental and an S-class alien. Normally, you can go to the box here and open it up. You'll see one. For most people, I think the experimental pops up. That's what it did for me when I got that one on a different save. I went outside, saved, reloaded, and the alien came up, and I went ahead and I got that one. But I'm hearing a lot of people say that it's not reloading for them the alien. It's just giving them either something else or just the experimental again. Um, and there's a little way that you can change that, that you can get it to pop up for you. Um, it might take a little bit of work, and it's best for you to be able to fly to the location, of the multi-tool, to do this little trick. So here, I was flying around and found an alien multi-tool. This one right here. It's this little C class, um, and it's 12 slots. The S-class version of this probably will be a 16 slot, but the stats are still going to be good. Um, it could come in at 24. I hope it does. I'm going to look around a lot to see if I can find it. However, we'll do a little experiment. So I see this here, and I'm like, C-class, okay. So I want to reload, right? And I'm hoping once the reload happens that maybe I'll get an A class, or maybe even get really lucky with the S class. So let's just do a quick reload, and let's see what happens. I have flown around this planet a little bit, and I found another outpost, found the same multi-tool. It's in a B class. So it gives me a little hope that this probably will come in an S class, or maybe even an A somewhere, and maybe somebody will want to pick it up. If this comes in a full on 24, then yeah, I'll change my multi-tool for it, because I like the alien look. It's pretty cool. On this mode, this is permadeath. It is recommended to have an alien. Mine is an experimental, but it does good for me. Okay, so what do we have? Now we have this. It's a rifle version. It's considered, well, I don't know if it's considered experimental, but actually it's probably not, because look at the stats. But it is 18 slots. Alright, so if I reload, you might think that, okay, I'll just reload, go back and get the alien. Well, that's not going to happen. It's just going to continue to be this one, no matter how many times I reload. So you can get around that by more or less refreshing the game, if you will. The best way to do that, actually, is to go ahead and warp to a different system, and try to go one or two regions away from where you are in your wherever you are currently in the game. I'll show you what I mean. So we'll go up. I'm going to use the freighter just because I have more jump space, and if I use a ship, I'm going to get into a freighter battle, and I'm not trying to get into one yet. I thinking I'm going to get one of the capital freighters. It might be a little waste of money, but I don't know. I found one that I kind of like, and I'm going to do the old save and reload until I find the S class on that one. Even though it might be a bit of a waste, but hopefully I'll be able to make the money back soon enough. But that's going to be for another day. I will try that some other time. Okay, so let's get on to the galactic map, and I just always filter by life form. Okay, so we are in the Ajscon region right now. Okay, so let's get out of here. All right, here we go. Um, Now, so that's one different region. Okay. Zubalar instability. And here's another one. Uh, so we're two regions over. Actually, here's a third region over. So anyway, we're another region over, and we're gonna go to a system. Okay, let's try this one. Um, you don't have to do anything really. I'm gonna go out of the freighter just a little bit. I just want to see uh, what ships are out there. I'm secretly kind of shopping for another hauler, so I'd like to see if I can find another one. And if there is one, I'll just kind of mark the system and come back. I'll probably come back anyway, because it could take a while to find the ship that I want. I'm only going to see the first 8 ships or so when I do this. Um, this little method right here, this will help you search for a ship that you might want. I'm in a Gex system right now, and Gex specialize in the haulers. So if you want a hauler, this is your best bet. I believe each Gex system has upwards of 7 haulers in them. The way that I do it, I come out of the freighter, and I'm just hitting the D-pad to the right, and I'm just looking to see what's out here. These are not all the ships that are going to appear in the system, but these are just like the first. They're just the first few. Um, but nothing that I want here. I want something that's going to come in a max slot version. So I'm not quite sure if this is 100% necessary when you're trying to refresh everything, when you're trying to refresh that multi-tool. I'm just doing this anyway. I'm just going to go into the space station. I'm going to check out the nanite cluster vendor because I need one other blueprint from the Gex system. I need the phase beam coolant theta is what I'm looking for, and I've been quite unsuccessful so far. This will also let me spy on ships that are in the system. But again, when you're just trying to refresh, I don't know if this part is necessary, landing, saving, and then heading back. One other way that I've done it before is I've warped to a different system, usually one with a lot of planets. Once I come out of the warp, I will fly all the way to the most distant planet, maybe land on it, do a couple things, and then go back to my original start position, whether it was a multi-tool or something else I want to load up. And that will refresh it as well. I used that before when I encountered a pretty bad bug. I was having trouble with it. Reloading from right where I wasn't working. I was still having a problem. So the problem persisted. I just let it go, and I ended up doing what I just did here. I warped to another system, but the only difference I did was I just flew to the furthest planet I could find in that system. Say like this one right here, you know, maybe. I just flew out to that, got out, did a couple things. I may have even did a mission specialist mission, but it worked, and whatever the bug was, it went away, and I was able to continue with the game without the game breaking on me. So that can work as well. Just a different way to refresh if a simple reload won't work for you. Most of the times, reloads will work for you. If you go through a portal, which we're going to go over as well in a little while. If you go through a portal and you don't see comm balls, if you don't see a beacon for a base, if you just simply go back through that portal that you went to, and reload your game, a lot of times that will come up. That happened to me recently when I was getting the multi-tool that I have now. I knew it was there. I had scouted out the planet before, so I knew that the comm balls were there. I knew how to get there, but no comm balls loaded once I got out of the portal. So I went back through, reloaded, and I saw everything. Went to the outpost, and I got what I wanted. So that time, yeah, it was just a simple reload and I was able to get to it. Okay, so we're headed back to the system that has the multi-tool that I want. Hopefully this won't make me look like a fool. I just tried it not too long ago. Did the same thing that I just did. I went to a faraway system, came back, and it's the multi-tool again. So hopefully it will work. A little later we're going to go over some portal usage, little portal usage tutorial. Seen a lot of questions on that as well. And thought maybe just a quick video, just the facts, just the basics, will help people out to get to where they want to be, whether it's permanently moving or setting a custom waypoint for themselves. They're not quite sure how to get to some place, or just to try out some place that's really far away. Alright, let's head back to this planet. Where is it? Here we go. Alright, so that little that's the beacon I set for it. When you find something that you want, and in this case this is a multi-tool, or if you just find anything that you want to mark, use the beacon. You will always be able to see the beacon yourself, and you can see it from space. No one else can see that beacon unless you put it on a base or a farm that you build within your build limits. Then everyone can see it. And it's the best way to do it, because if someone's going to fly in, they can see it from space. But the beacon, just real quick, because I know some people are confused about some of the different things that we can put down. So you got save point, signal booster, that's going to help you find habitable bases, monoliths for portals, and resource things. There's a regular comm ball, the autonomous mining unit, atmospheric harvester, and beacon. So this right here, you put that down and that little star will always be there, and you can see it from space. Alright, so here we go. So what happened? Bam. Alien is back, and it should be the same one, exact same one. Still the C-class, halfway decent specs. So if you're dealing with the base multi-tool, and you need a little bit of an upgrade, this will be a perfect one for you. This happened to me in my very first game. I found one of these. It was a 16 slot, and I rocked that thing for a while until I found the Alien S-Class. So that is how you do a refresh on the game, on a system. If you're trying to get something to reload, that is how you do it. Not everything will refresh like that. If you found a traveler and you're trying to get the glyph to refresh, I do not believe that will work. I believe that is set on a timer, and I think that timer is a few hours. I don't think it's just 1 hour. I did the TLG quest to get all my glyphs on this particular save, and it took me a lot longer than it should have to do it. So I just kind of played with it, and I went back to the very first glyph I got, which was maybe 2 hours before, and it was not ready to go. I could not pick it up. But it'd be interesting to find out if it does reload. I've heard that it does, but just not 100% sure. The other things that reload on a bit of a timer are have any around, the little pods that have nanite clusters in them. Those things, they will replenish after a while. I'm actually watching game mode stream right now while I'm recording this, and we were just chatting about that. He has one near his base, and we were talking about how it will reload for him over time. I don't know if it's an hour or something like that, but it will reload and you can get free nanites. But that's it, just a quick tutorial on how to refresh the system, especially when you're trying to get that multi-tool that you want. The other thing that you're going to do, if I don't want this C-class, so I don't want to be here, so the best thing for me to do is find other outposts on this planet, and not only this planet, but the other planets in this system. I need to look around those planets at these outposts and see what's there. So I'll be doing that. I'm going to be playing with that for a little while, just see what I come up with. Thanks for checking this one out, and I will see you guys later.